Good afternoon. Hey. That was the best intro I've ever had. I'm leaving that part in. For sure. Today we're going to talk about high school dates for our branches and districts. This is really the start of your 2019 summer business plan. It's not going to be a long talk, but it is super important. We're really going to talk about how to make you a stronger recruiter for the summer, how to maximize your mailer results. We'll tie it into your Facebook Jumpstart, and we'll show you how to organize this so you can do a couple high school visits. So hopefully I can do this. So if you're in the document from our page, it's gonna be like 2017 mailer document. But we'll go to the website. I'll give you the website anyway. It's ldvmdirect.com. LDVM, like Kate's position, ldvmdirect.com. We're going to hop right in. So we're going to talk about our mailer program for today. Did anybody hear about the job through a letter in the mail? Hey, gang, that's because we did this correctly. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to select our region, which is Northeast Region, DC Metro. I'll select my office. I'll show you guys how to do a live one. And then it doesn't matter right now. I'm just going to show you how to do a live one. And the password is Northeast with a 0 instead. Yes. Oh, come on. You're not going to do this to me right now. Don't be a punk. Yeah, it didn't work. Yeah, I just got it. You know, typing these fingers, bro. A little rough. Cool. So, first thing we need to do, David talked about getting your school list. I'm going to show you the easy hack for that. So you're going to click on high schools, and you'll click on grad dates right up here. It's the first thing. If you scroll down, you'll see a list of high schools. And this isn't all of the high schools in your territory. This is just a list of all the public schools. So what you're going to do to be able to see all the high schools in your territory, you're going to click this little box right here that says Show All Schools. Then you're going to freak out because Baltimore has a lot of them. Right? They have quite a few. So that'll show all your private and public schools. So what we're going to do, the first thing you need to do is you need to make a Google Doc or a Excel spreadsheet, whatever one you're more comfortable with, because this is going to be something you're going to reference all the time when you're putting together your business plan. This is what mine looks like right here. Let me blow it up for you guys. Northeast with a 0. Oh, yeah. Cool. So at the top, your headings for your, this is Baltimore County. This is all Baltimore County, including me and Chris. So you're going to put your high school name. You're going to put your last day of classes. The most important thing is their graduation date for your high schools. On here, I also have the contact information from any of the guidance counselor or the high school career counselor. I have their name and their contact info. I have a grading system for all my schools. So I have like an A, B, or C grading system. Normally, if it's a private school, since Baltimore has just as many private schools as it does public, I do A's and B's for them. And then I do like A's, B's, and C's for our public schools as well.
I'll have a spreadsheet for you, like a Google Doc of this for you guys, so you can just insert your own schools into it.
Perfect. I also have a note section over here, and these notes would be like scheduling high school visits, who I've talked to, a Facebook Jumpstart list that I'll show you here in a second. And I'm going to show you guys how to look up all these. Some of the public schools are really easy. Usually it's just like one document that has all of them together. But the private schools can be a little trickier. So if we go over here. So first thing we'll start with is like if I do Baltimore County Public Schools graduation dates. Graduation schedule. Boom. So I put up graduation schedule. This one, like Baltimore County, is really easy. It actually has a PDF of it, and literally it just tells me every day they graduate, what school graduates on each day. So if I know Delaney High School graduates on May 28th, I'm going to bring that back over here. I'll find Delaney High School, graduation date. You got to make sure you do this right. I almost put in the wrong one. So I said,
May 28th.
thanks, girl. May 28th, boom, and it'll automatically put it in. And then the most important thing, you're gonna try to do this all in one sitting, but you have to make sure you consistently save your work, because if you don't save every 30 minutes, it will erase all your work, and you have to type it all back in. So you have to do that for the school dates on here. You have to do all the public schools, and that are required is all the public schools. But you want to put all your schools in there. That way, if you do have some private school mailers, they're going out at the right time. Questions about this? So it's really simple. It's literally just plug and play. I would put everything in here first and then just copy it right over. So I haven't done mine yet for 2019, so these are all my 2018 dates. So just put them in.
So let me explain what we're using this. Are you gonna explain what we're using it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. So if you got a letter in the mail, we use this. We send all these information to our mailing company. So if you guys have ever gotten something from like a college or a credit card company just randomly through the mail, it's the same company we use, but this is how we do it. And the reason why we have to put in an accurate date is because you don't want them to get a letter in the mail too early or too late. So when you put in the accurate date, the Kate and Travis, along with the mailing company, they do the rest of the work for us, which is awesome because a lot of other regions have to do it for themselves. And you want to make sure they're getting it at the right time. So like usually like right as they're about to graduate high school and they're looking for a job, right before they go to senior week, is kind of like that golden time. And then you have them start, and then they come back right after senior week. Does it make sense? Perfect. You guys are looking at me like I'm dead. James, question? ldvmdirect.com. It's in the handout Kate has in the thing. ldvmdirect.com. You also want to do your colleges on here too when you're doing your high school dates and your own personal thing, because you're going to be active advertising and things like that. But this is super important. I remember I've done this, and I've tried to do it like a couple different ways. I've tried to do it like the night before my assignment was due, and I'm stressing out and freaking out. The earlier you do all your assignments, especially for our branch and district managers, number one, like this is your business. It's going to be your baby. Treat it how you want it. But the earlier you get your assignments done, it allows Travis and Kate to put you first in line. So if your stuff's done, I don't know when Kate's going to give the assignment, but if your stuff's done, it's February 9th right now. If it's done by March 1st, but you get yours done on February 15th, like you're good to go. They can start working on yours early. That way there's no lag time. Cool. Mailers are a really important part about the job. They're like the second or third most productive source of recruits. So like the first one being PRs, then campus people, then mailers. And this is going to maximize your investment. So we're going to spend a lot of money. We're going to spend like $8,000 like we get in terms of company money. $2,500 of that goes towards mailers. And if you don't put these in correctly, we can go from having like a 2 or 3% response rate down to like a 0.5%. So mailers aren't like a big response rate, but getting them out effectively maximizes that. In terms of the recruiting, of why this is important, you're going to put this all into your business plan. So we'll go into high school dates, we'll go into recruiting. But like if we're doing Facebook Jumpstart, this is like the easy cheat sheet. So if I'm looking for Facebook people, I would start with all my A schools right here. Facebook Jumpstart teaches us to do like our top 30 prospects, so you can start working on them. So I have like their name, like where they went to high school, if we're friends yet on Facebook, and if I've sent them a message yet. And then this is when you become a total like sick, nasty BA recruiter. Is Kate taught me this way back in the day. So this is the one from Montgomery County, but this is what we call a cheat sheet. So it allows us to name, that's my name, that's good. It allows us to like, hey, if you have people that you're interviewing, you have Facebook friends, and like let's say I have a Facebook friend, Emily Gibish. I went to high school with this chick. She's super nice. She used to be a receptionist for us. But I can name drop in my interview or on our Facebook messages too. So like if I went to If I'm interviewing somebody from Recruiter, AC Lincoln, his mom still works there, which is kind of awesome, and I'm able to add some value and be a stronger recruiter because I can name drop people that I know also go to those schools and I'm interviewing too. Question.
When you look up the top schools, does it factor in the private schools or is that just top public schools?
It does both. So like on that website, I believe Connor gave greatschools.com. It has them ranked from 1 to the bottom.
Okay.
Now, when the only tricky part about this, the part that takes the most time, is actually looking up each school's graduation date. And usually the private schools are a little bit more picky. They're like, because they're like their own little entity, which is kind of fun. So I'll show you guys Gilman. Gilman's a private school. We have right down the street. What you're always going to look for is the calendar. To save yourself some time, just Google blank school calendar. You click on it. For the private schools, I'd write this down. You're looking for something called baccalaureate or commencement. Baccalaureate or commencement. For our public schools, we just call that graduation. Okay? So, I'm just saying, they're fancy. Baccalaureate. Yeah, I'll show it to you here in a second because I'm not good at spelling it.
Like everyone decided to try.
Ours was different. We had baccalaureate like 2 days before graduation.
Yeah, so,
It's a mass.
yeah.
Say about your future.
This is how you spell it. Right here. Yeah, I'm screwing this all up. Oh, bro, no, I made it too big. Dang it. So, James, to answer your question, it's BACCALA UREATE. If you're not as smart, you just press Control F or Command F and you type in BAC, and it'll take you right to it. I'm serious. This is like this is how I find it. They're always going to be in late May or early June. So you can just go, if you're doing it in February, you can go right to May or right to June and Control F. And you can if you have to look up each individual public school, that's fine. You just do Control F and search graduation. You also want to search their last day of classes. So it's usually like a week or two before for the seniors. So last day of classes, you want their graduation date or baccalaureate. If you're like doing the extreme most, you look up the location, because in the past we've had students, if you're like local to your territory, you can get out there for your graduation. We've had people do like letters in the mail, cards, and stuff like that too, which is kind of nice. You can do active advertising, but just like at the high school graduation for your best people. Questions, comments, concerns? This is my favorite. Like, this is how I know like the summer is here. It's like, oh my god, we get to do school dates. Me and Chris were talking about it earlier. He's like, oh crap, like we have to. That's like right now. We have to do that. So this is the part. This is also going to have you get to know your territory a little bit more. Some of you are going to have 15 schools. Some of you have like 30, right? So it's going to take you probably like, I would say, in terms of time commitment, might take you anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour, just depending on how many schools you have. But just give yourself some time. Make sure you save consistently. If you have any questions about it, or if you're doing it and you're like, bro, I just don't get this, they've laid out in the handout. It's really simple. If you guys go into the GroupMe folder, but you can feel free, like shoot me a text, message me on GroupMe, and then just text me too, because I don't really look at GroupMe that often, because you guys be blowing it up with memes, and I got to run an office. Cool. Mrs. Vassy, any comments, concerns, anything like that? Anything I missed?
You guys have any questions on entering your dates under your territory there?
I have a question for you.
Sure.
Assignment.
Yeah, it's on the spring checklist. We actually covered this earlier.
Oh,
a lot
sweet.
of you were
Running
doing
train.
stuff. So if you reference back to the spring checklist, it's probably a good thing to cover it again.
Mm-hmm.
So the one I showed earlier, where it says new manager, February checklist, if you open that one. The next assignments there that we covered, but the school date one is due March 9th. So March 9th is what we covered there.
Perfect. Cool. Any last questions from you guys, Mr. Tarloff?
With the with like the school website, like where we actually put it in, like put the school date in.
Yes, sir.
Does that? You said that does or doesn't have all of the private schools too?
It does. You just have to click this little button right here that says "Show all schools,"
Okay.
and then it'll pop up all of them. So it'll reload, and it has all of them. Like Genesee School is a private school for us, and it'll load all of them. And then this is like your cheat sheet for how you do it very quickly. Now it's not perfect, so I would double check by like Googling, like go to greatschools.com and then double check it, because like one of the I know a couple of these schools like aren't schools anymore, but they just don't update it. Does it make sense? So they close down because private schools like that are all the time, do stuff like that all the time. Cool, good question. Inception. Cool. All right, guys. Peace.
Thanks, Colin.
Yeah, no problem.